Guys, and welcome to this new video on my channel. So this is going to be another video relating to Fort Free. Obviously Fort Free is a big update this week and it related to the Woodcutters Grove. So we've done other content related to the Woodcutters Grove. I've done a video releasing like my first sort of day playing and getting all the stuff needed for that. So now it's time to look at the other stuff related to the update with the fort. So with the new woodcutting guide, we are now able to make planks out of your standard logs, which is brand new and something we weren't able to do before. So if I was to click on this sawmill here, we are now able to access and make logs out of maple, willow, yew, magic and elder. And along with that as well, we are also able to turn these into the frames which are used for the fort. Now what Jagex has done really well with this update is these planks are now used in updating and upkeeping your fort and can be used for the best AFK construction XP. Because of this, there's going to be a serious demand for this, and this is something where I think with the first iteration of the fort, they kind of missed the mark a little bit. The normal fort frames, the wooden, oak, teak and mahogany, once you'd updated your sort of section of the fort, there was no real need after that, even though the items really kept their price very well and was very good profit for a time. However, now, because you're able to continuously update or fortify your fort, you can keep on using elder frames or any frames at all for construction XP. So if I was going to look at the table now, it all depends on your construction level and what you're able to do. But for this count, which is 99, we can make the guardhouse here, which is level 95 construction, and get 290 XP and get 289,000 XP just for doing one guardhouse. And I need to test like sort of how quick you can do a tier 3 part of the fort. I reckon you could probably do something like definitely 2 per hour. So you're looking like AFK, this could be over 500k construction XP. There's some other things I want to test as well, whether bonus XP works or whether you can use your knowledge bombs and stuff like that. However, it's going to come with a significant cost. So it's going to come at the cost of 70 elder frames, which means there's going to be a serious demand for these planks and these frames. We'll be testing out the blueprints and the XP relating to that in another video, but this is going to be purely based off what GP you can make from both planks and frames. So that's something I want to do. I want to test them and also show you guys the sheer profit you can get as well. And we can go from there. Because this could be a viable way to train construction as well and train construction AFK, I really do think that these items will hold their price quite well. And it's going to bring a genuine sync to the logs, which has been needed for a while, but I wasn't quite sure how they do it. Things like fire making and fletching weren't taking them out quick enough. This can definitely be a way, because 80 frames for one thing, that's the best part of 240 elder logs just for 300k XP, which, don't get me wrong, it works for construction. It also works as a massive sink for logs. So there's 2 forms of plank. So I'm making the standard plank first, and then with these standard planks, if you have 4 each of your standard planks, that's when you're able to go and make your refined planks. And then you need 3 refined planks to make a frame. So for each frame, you need 12 logs. So for doing the construction spots where you need 80 frames, it's actually sinking 800 elder logs, which is quite a bit of GP to say the least. However, the really good thing is as well that protein planks can count as elder logs. So if you do have the ability to do 90 construction, you can make an awful lot of money making elder frames now, which is something we're going to be doing after this. We're going to go and test the prices for the planks first, and then we'll move on and go and test the frames. So the only one I've missed off is willow, because I don't think it'll be anything too massive. So if I test the maple plank, the yew plank. So from base price, the only thing which is majorly less than the log is the elder one, which is to be expected because the elder log is so high. But if we go to the GE now, and again, one thing I thought we could do slightly better is that protein logs should be able to be counted to make into these kind of planks. They're not. However, protein planks are able to be counted as these logs to be changed into frames. Right, so the maple plank is going to sell for a price of 2.6k. The yew plank is going to sell for 5.4. The elder plank, which I'm interested on what this will go for, 14k. So the elder plank actually doesn't make a terrible amount of money. As you see, compared to the price, we price checked the logs out. So if I just price check them all again. Now, elder logs, I expect to have a massive crash, because that is one of the best ways to get the hatchet pieces. So a large income of elder logs is to be expected. So magic tree was 715 per log. That sold for 4.5k, which is really good. That's very good profit. Elder planks, I'd stay away from until the log at least stabilizes. Yew was a price of 411 coins. That was selling for 5.6k, so yew is actually pretty good. And the maple 218 and sold for 2.7. So at the minute, the yew plank is definitely the best at 5.6k. But obviously these will change, but it will also help to bring up the price of the logs as well. So what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to test the refined planks because I think a lot of people would skip that stage. It's either going to be the planks or the actual frames. So what I'm going to do is make a set of frames for each of the wooden sets, and then we'll go and sell them and just test the margins out as well and see where we stand. Right, so we've also done the Acacia and the Willow plank as well. One thing I would say is they've actually given making frames very decent XP. I was getting something like 500 XP for doing a magic frame, which is actually pretty good considering I would do this for profit or to stockpile the XP for the bigger stuff. So it's nice to know that when you're making planks and when you're making frames, you're actually going to still get decent XP as well. One thing I would say is the price of the Elder plank. Your protein plank now is valued at 12 to 13k because that can be used to make Elder frames. So what I've done, I will just sell these planks now. So the Acacia plank will sell for 1.8k and the Willow plank will sell for, I don't think this will sell for much, which is why I was going to skip it, but I thought I may as well just show them all. 1.6k, right. So the Acacia tree is 886, so you're only making 1k there, and the Willow is not too bad, that's 1k as well. So the best two were the Magic and the U planks, which was a bit surprising to be fair. So what I'm going to do now, now's the time we get to see the profit. So we'll start and break down basically each frame by plank. So we're going to start with Willow, and for every frame you're going to need a total of 12 planks. So for Willow, we are currently needing to profit over 20.2k, and that enters sold at 88.2, so that is making 60k profit. The next one is the Maple, so that's 2700 per plank, so we need to be 32.4k for a Maple, and that's selling at 101k, so that is a 70k profit for Maple. That's pretty good if you say so. So next would be the Acacia. So the Acacia is 1866, 12 for the frames, we need to be 22.4k for that. 69k, that's a bit rough, but I think they're very niche. Those are very niche logs. So the U one, but again, it's pretty mental profit no matter where you look at. 5611. So this is gonna be the first one where the planks are actually going to cost a bit. So this got to be 67k for a U1, and if we throw that U frame in now, that is going to auto sell for 79k. Again, best one to make for planks, maybe not the best one to make for frames. And then we're going to be doing the magic one. So the magic one is 4505 times that by 12. So 54k for a magic frame, and that is going to sell for 61k. That's surprising how break even that is. But again, with the U and magic, we've proven that the profit is in the planks, not so much the frames. So you know what to do with that. If you've got the logs or if you want to make profit, definitely make them into planks, not frames. And then finally, this is the big boy. So the Elder plank sold for 15k on the dot, and this is what will be used for the best construction XP. So this needs to be 180k to make profit, and that actually loses profit. So yeah, so we've just finished all those. Again, Elders might be something to look at in the next couple of weeks. Once the price of the logs come down, that will no doubt bring down the price of the planks. But at the minute, if I was going to look at making anything, Maple frames is definitely the best. All 6 frames definitely do have profit though. The only one which doesn't really is Elder. But that's what you should be woodcutting for the hatchet pieces anyway. Magic and U, I would be making the planks. Acacia, downwards, they're best for the frames. Now, that's something which is a bit of a theme. The high ones, it's better to make planks, and the smaller ones, because the frame's quite niche and quite low level. And the lower tiers, I would definitely make into frames because they're a bit niche and they're a bit sort of different. U sort of a steady middle, it can do both, but it'll still make some money as well. So yeah, that is pretty much the updated list of planks and frames. What I would say as well, I did mention it earlier in the video, if you do have protein planks, now is the best time to convert them into GP. So a Elder frame selling at 110k, roughly values a protein plank currently at 9.1k. I don't think they'll hold this forever. It might do, and it might spike towards bonus XP. We don't know how it works in bonus XP. I'll be testing that in the next video. So if you've got the money available, definitely look at doing that to give it a try. Basically, I don't think you're going to get many other chances to take some money out of your proteins. So look at it. It's decent XP as well. It's nice and AFK-ish to make into frames. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. I know this is the third for free video, and there's going to be another one afterwards relating to the XP stuff. But especially here, it's one of the best times to make money is to jump on the updates. These are brand new items, and it will be changing prices quite quick. So definitely check margins before doing it. Lower level stuff might beat high level stuff, but I think the Elder is going to be the best one to make your protein planks into. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please leave me a like, please sub to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.